Hello, Relational Realtors. It's Jana May. Thank you for joining tonight. We've got Dorothy and we've got Nathan's in the house. So thank you. We got others. So say hey when y'all hop on so we could say hello. So he does not need. Oh, where did he go? We lost Tony. Tony. Anyway, um, he'll come back. I'll bring up Lori Paul and Tony Bahou. Ooh, it's raining. It's raining. How's the weather where you're at? Hey, Candace. Sunny in McCalla.
Yeah. Okay. It is cloudy and it's been sprinkling out here in McCalla. Hello?
Tony, we can't see you. It was working
I can't see
a moment ago. No, you're a blue screen. Sunny.
Oh, there you are.
McCalla.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Cloudy.
Okay. Tony, the only thing I can suggest is backing out and coming back in. So, how do y'all love the world of technology?
It's been frustrating today. The internet has been acting really strange.
Very frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
No. Did you exit out and come back in? I can hear you, but we need to see you. Did you exit out completely and come back in? It was working until. Oh. Karen. Now I lost Lori. What I may do is call you to come in, if that's okay. I think people are coming in and they're knocking off other people. So I'll call your name and you hop it back in, okay? Yeah, get out and then I'll call you. And you're first up. Okay. I have lost Lori and I have lost Tony Bahou. So what do y'all want to talk about? Yeah. Deborah Andrews is in the house. Deborah saw a post of yours, which was about cyber hacks, which is quite rampant right now. And I have a good friend who had money taken out of his account over the weekend. So I shared your link. Tony Bahou's coming back in the house. There he is. He's a little sideways, but I'm going to bring him up. There he is. Now we need Lori Paul. So you're sideways, love.
I can't help it. I don't know what you want me to do.
Okay, we'll take you. We'll take you sideways. There she is.
I have no idea what you want me to do.
I'm telling you all day. I want you to.
Was that better?
You're great.
It's been crazy.
Yeah. You got it. You got it.
All right. Let's try this one more time. There we go. God. Hold on a second.
What view do y'all like? This view, say view 1 or view 2. I want to get Tony where I'm at. I think I can. View 2, it's like being at the eye doctor, or view 1.
I like you up there, up at the top.
What if I could get Tony where I'm at now? I am so sorry, y'all.
There we go.
So yeah.
All right, let's try this
All right.
again. All right, here we go. Better?
Yes.
Can you hear me? All right.
There we go. Like that view. So Tony,
Yes,
we've
ma'am.
had several people upload videos, post videos.
Right. I looked
Have you
at
had a
them.
chance to look? Have you had a chance to look at it?
I did, and they're all different. So, I loved the personal ones that Karen and Deborah did. Just talking about, Karen talked about her coffee, and Deborah just talked about her, meditation and how she gets ready for the day. And I thought those are the types of videos that everyone needs to do so that, especially, our group is called the Relational Realtor, and that's what we are. We're trying to be relational. We're not trying to be transactional. And so that gave everyone an insight to what they're all about and to get to know the human behind the transaction. So I thought those were good. I like what you did with your video. You need to edit it down. You and Karen. The only thing that was distracting on yours was the music was a little high. So I don't know what kind of editing software you did, but what did you use?
Hit film, hit film.
Okay, I have to look at that. But
FX.
if Hit Film has a second layer, see if you can tap on it and then drop down the music a little bit because it was a little loud when you were talking. So it wasn't overly distracting,
That
but it
was
was.
me.
Yeah, and Karen did the same thing with hers. So I think you can edit that music down a little bit. I really liked her um, when she, toured the house, and then you could hear her voice better. So she either was closer to the mic while she was, showing the video. And one of the things I've used now, everything's going to Bluetooth. I don't know if everyone can see this, and I will put it up here, right there. But anyways, it is
And
Sabin
why don't you
Tech.
come on up? Come on in.
Right
Sorry.
there. There it is. Sabin Tech. It is a lavalier microphone that can go right Bluetooth. So it works on Bluetooth technology, and you just do
Wonderful.
that, and it kind of walks with you everywhere you go. It picks up the sound very well, and then you
What
can buy.
about when?
So the wind, to get rid of the wind, I'm
Ah,
glad you asked. There's a couple of different things you can do. There's a wind sock here that comes with it, a little wind sock here, and you put it over the microphone. And I will give me a second here. I'll stretch it out a little bit. It's a little tight. But you would put it over the microphone like this to get rid of the pops on it. So that would help on just like that, like a little lipstick gloss cover, and that would help indoors with popping if you're popping your P's or your S's are strong. But for the wind, especially if you were out like Lori and that was a very windy day, what we
hurricane.
call in the TV
Good.
business is a furry windsock. So again, you put
Yeah.
it on the top of the microphone, stretch it out a little bit, and it's got a little hat, and so you put the little hat on, and it
Awesome.
looks like this. Now, again, if you're wearing something, it's got a lapel uh, that you would clip on. So you could hide it somewhere and it won't sound as hollow and it'll break up the wind pretty well. So Sabin Tech, you can buy one for, I want to say, $90. If you like to do interviews, you can pair two of them up. And so one has one, you're talking to a lender or you've got some other person you're talking to doing an interview, and they can have their own and it sounds cohesive. So that's about, I think the pair I got was for 200 and change. It has a little earbud pod that comes with it so you can hear your sound to make sure you're sounding okay. And then it has an adapter too to go with this. So if you really wanted to listen to how you sound on the air to get comfortable with your voice, you can do that as well. So a little tip and trick for you guys: windsock or just a pop mic video or microphone cover. So
Thank you.
yeah, absolutely.
Where did you purchase this? Is it something we can get off Amazon?
Amazon. I looked it up on Amazon. Had good reviews. It was actually one of the it says 2020 Innovation Awards of the Year. I've used different kinds of microphones from microphones that you just plug right into the camera and it's supposed to be directional at you. It works if you are in an environment like this, but if you're walking and talking, it doesn't work as well as the lavalier mic. You can also buy a pack where you can tie into the phone, but again, it limits you to how long your cord is. Where this one, you can go pretty far. You can have the camera set, good 15, 20 feet away, and it's still picking up your audio, so you don't have to have the camera only arm's length away from you, and it's great. I've done it at open houses and tours, and it does a really good job. Yeah, it has its own little app that it comes with, so you take that app, record on that video or audio. You can do an audio only with this as well. And then you take that and you really want to just film in that and then you edit into another program. So not to get too technical, but if you were going to do Film Hit or Motiva or, iMovie or whatever, you can take that audio and that video and put it into, and it sounds really good. You can put it into any of those programs.
Awesome. Yep. Karen Williams, will you please come back? Karen was ready to come on screen, but because we had problems, I asked everybody to exit out. Karen, please come out because she's the one who did the beautiful house virtual showing. Yep. And I'd love to bring her on screen. A question about the microphone you just showed.
Right.
Is that an invention by Nick Saban? Kathy Dooley. And,
I don't think so.
What's to say? Roll Tide.
Right. Sabine Tech. So maybe out of Texas because Sabine Pass is right there in Texas, East Texas. So it's called Sabine Tech. I'm not 100% sure, but it's a pretty good little device that anyone can do, and you can recharge it up. It's Bluetooth. And the batteries or the recharge last pretty long because I bought it probably a month ago and still haven't recharged it. So it comes with it goes into, and I'll just show you this real quick. Just a normal iPhone kind of, not an iPhone, but just like your normal little charger here, if you can see that. So, and you just plug that into any cube.
Smooth gimbal.
Absolutely. Right. And if you did have again, this is not video 101. It's, if you use a gimbal and you use one of these microphones, you've taken it above and beyond, but sound does matter. And I think people will watch if, again, everyone's happy because we're all doing our own personal videos, but it just gives that extra professionalism, just like you did on your video where you had the screen and had that motion behind you. That was a good card, what we call opening card. I mean, that was pretty cool. Where did you do that at? Because I was pretty impressed with that, Jana.
What screen?
At the beginning of your video, you had let's see.
It's my intro.
Right after your intro, right there. Yep. And it has like that little, it has a business unusual, and you go to the intro and then you go to a standard, photo with the little video. Where's that from? That was pretty cool. I like that.
Canva.
That was Canva?
Made that
and then
Canva.
Made that in Canva, put that video in there and then brought it in. So I like that little touch. A little bit more of those. You can do. Canva can do a lot of things with our home tours now. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to bring
Lori,
Karen up.
Okay.
Sorry, Lori.
Oh,
go ahead.
I know we were talking this morning on our book club, or maybe it was yesterday morning, about, when you post your videos on Facebook, it always seems to capture your worst face when you're just doing a quick live, the
Right.
still. And so we were
Dorothy,
thinking
yeah,
about,
Dorothy.
yeah, Dorothy brought it up. And we were, maybe we should just have an intro card before any video starts.
And that wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
Intro and an outro card. So like that Majesto that I was talking about yesterday always does an exit card where it has your name and number.
Mm-hmm.
And so that would be very good. And people would, people could see, all right, I got a video coming up. Here's your intro card. You do your little deal and then you do an outro card. So they have your bookends so they know. I mean, that's what television people do, especially at the end of a commercial. You'll see all the information they need so they can pause it, write it down, or capture it, or whatever they want to do. I'd highly suggest that actually.
Yeah. Okay, so
Deborah Andrews, will you come on screen, please? Join us, Deborah. I'm going to bring up Karen Williams.
Hey, Karen, how you doing?
Hey, Karen. Loved your video.
Thank you.
So, Karen, I think your video, if you can get another microphone at the very beginning, would really kind of match your audio that you did when you actually toured the house, because your voice was very clear and it actually rose above that music. But what I was telling Jana was make sure if you're using a particular audio or editing suite or whatnot app, just bring that music down just a touch, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. But I thought it was overall very informative. I like the way you introduced how you guys protected the community with your masks and your Lysol gloves and everything. That was real cool. Very cool.
Thank
My
you.
husband laughed at it when I showed him the video, and as soon as the mask and the gloves came up, he laughed at me. But,
well,
hey,
that's okay. But you know what? If he doesn't know
I'm
you,
keeping
that's
my
a
people
memorable.
safe.
That will trigger something in somebody to remember you, that you're going to go above and beyond for them, to protect them, not only health wise, but hopefully financially, so they make a good financial decision when they're purchasing a house. And that's what we're all trying to do as influencers and as trusted advisors, is to say, hey, I'm going to take care of you. I don't want to just make a sale. I want to make sure you know you're making a good investment in the house you're about to buy.
That's right. And we are.
Absolutely.
Karen, do you have any questions for Tony?
When I do a walkthrough video, what time limit is the best that you found? I realized that my 5 minutes was a little long.
So I think there's two different audiences you're playing to. One that you're going to put on maybe Zillow, or it just lives out there forever. And you can do a little longer format to that one. You could make it 3 to 4 minutes and touch every detail of this house. The other one really needs to be a teaser, no more than a minute long, maybe even 30 seconds. A strong call to action. Hey, I'm Karen. I'm going to show you 105 Evergreen Way. Here's the nuts and bolts of it. Come and see it. And you show maybe one feature that you really love: the backyard, the kitchen, whatever. Hey, if you want to see more, go to my video link below or whatever, and you can see the full tour. But it's short, concise, and then that'll get people in.
Great.
You know how Costco gets us those rotisserie chickens for cheap? We get in there and we buy a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yes.
That's exactly what you're trying to do. You're trying to get them in with a little nugget, and then they'll buy the whole pie.
Okay, great idea. Thank you.
You're
So,
welcome.
where would she put the whole video? Would it be on her Facebook page?
Yeah, Facebook page. Hey, go to my Facebook page to see the whole thing. Put it on the company page. Put it on, if you can, have a company website that has the listing website. You can see the video there, so you can take a walking tour, because the pictures I mean, most of us take and hire professional photographers to do it, but then this adds an extra element to it. So you could link it to any of those descriptions. My MLS does not allow me to put a link in the description on the public remarks, but I can do virtual tours once in the listing, and it propagates somewhere else, and they just click on that. So that's what I would do, is do a short teaser video. Hey, for more information, go to the website. If you drive them to the website, whether it's the property website or your company page, then you can get more leads that way. And then maybe they can fill out an application, not an application, but more of a form. Then you can follow up with the drip campaign. It's a sales funnel that you want to create. And that 30-second to a minute video is what you guys need to do to drive traffic to wherever you want to drive them, your Facebook page or your website.
Cool. Thank you.
Awesome.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Thank you, Karen. Do you have any more questions?
I think Lori might have something. What you got, Lori?
This is not related. The trophy or the award in the background behind your shoulder.
Yeah.
What is that?
Who's inquiring about that?
I just want to know. Is it an Emmy? What is that?
It is an Emmy. Let me reach it out. Yeah, it's an Emmy from 2006. Yeah, 2006. As the Southeastern Emmy that I won. Well, a whole team won for our coverage of Hurricane Katrina at WAPT. So that's part of my, when I got into the helicopter and almost died, coverage. So I'm super proud of that. I don't, I put it on there, but yeah. So I appreciate you asking about that. But yeah, that's a Southeastern Emmy won 2006. Do what?
Lori's a CS in the disc.
Right.
On the ID.
So she notices. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. I don't notice things. I'm like big, pretty picture. She notices details. That's why she's my accountability partner.
There you go.
Karen, Dorothy asked, did you have a script or did you wing it?
What I did, I used iMovie, and one of the features in iMovie, I took little snippets of video throughout the home without talking. And then I had some still photos, and then I took the iMovie and they combined it into one movie. And then I saw this button where you could do voiceover. So that's what I did. I did voiceover, and as the video scanned in front of me, I commented, and I went through. And
that's awesome.
I saw where you could add music, and then it went with the video. So
right.
That's how I used it. So I don't know what other apps are out there that are good for video.
Well, so iMovie is, if you're using an iPhone, it's a basic cut and paste system, which is fine. You can actually do some transitions if you wanted to spice it up a little bit. There's a transition. It's called a white screen. You put it in there. You do it for 0.4 seconds, and it gives that flash. That's how you go from one transition to another. So if you wanted to go from one room to another room, it's 0.4 seconds with a white transition, and it automatically gives it a white flash to go in between. If you did use that music video or that music, you can double click that. It'll come up as a highlighted, and then that's where you lower it to, probably 15%. It's just a nice compliment, and it doesn't overpower you. You can either bring it in and bring it out too if you want to by, doing some edits to that soundtrack if you really wanted to as well. But that was a good job that you did with the voiceover. And so you can do your intro the same way and it's again a higher level. If you really, were trying to do it, you could do your intro. If it sounded hollow, this is what movie studios do, and then they dub in the sound to mimic what you're sounding like, so it sounds closer, if that makes sense. So if I'm sounding real hollow, I'm gonna redub my voice saying the exact same thing, and it makes it look like the sound. It sounds like you're talking right into a microphone. So that's just another tip and trick. That's getting outside the thing. I think if you just used a better microphone, you'd be fine.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta love technology. Deborah, I sent a link. I'm trying to send you the link again. Look in Facebook messages and come on board, Deborah. Yeah. Deborah asked, how can I come on? Because she did. Oh, I didn't mean for you to go, Karen. Anyway.
So let me ask you this, Jana Mae. If I have some other agents in my office, how do I invite them to watch this one segment? I mean, they're on the page. They're invited to the page. Do they click on something? That's the one thing I don't. Oh, there it is. I see it. Never mind. I see where the live is. I'm good.
So you can see them, because that's what I've got is the live up on another monitor, so I can see what's going on. Is that what you've got?
Yep, it's a little delayed, Deborah, but it's okay.
Yeah. Deborah, I'm trying to send you a link. Karen Williams is back. Karen, I'm going to let Deborah come in, Deborah Andrews, but thank you very much. Thank you. I'll pop you back in so you can say thank you. And, oh, there she is.
Thank you.
A lot of popping.
Say that again.
Is anyone else hearing a lot of popping?
Tony popping. Tony, you're popping.
I can hear it. I'm trying to be quiet, but I can hear it. It's static in the background. I don't know where that static's coming from. I mean, I can try to. Let's see if this takes.
Technology. Knocked off of the internet.
Yeah.
Right.
Can you hear us?
Yep.
I like that.
I can hear you guys fine.
Do you want me to speak now?
I think she's going to try to bring Deborah on.
Okay. I'll go ahead and leave. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining us.
I love you. Thank you, Karen.
Bye.
You're awesome. I can't wait to get to know you. I've got a cat here sitting on my keyboard. Sorry. I love technology. Y'all go ahead and Lori ask questions, love.
Okay.
So Lori, when you did yours, and you were in the wind, what were you kind of trying to get away with, I guess?
I was trying to get away with, I was trying to get the right lighting for one thing.
Okay.
I probably should have scanned to one of our exit signs, but I was more concerned about saying everything I needed to say. That gets me every time. Since your tip, I've downloaded the Max View, whatever it is, where it scrolls the script.
Big View. Yeah. Right.
And that's helpful. I did another video later this week, so that helped.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's it. The wind
was
very
so I mean,
high.
It looked like it was about to storm.
No, it was sunny. It was just blowing a hoolie.
Just blowing.
Brits say.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, so as far as lighting,
Lori,
what you can go ahead.
What was it blowing, Lori?
Blowing a hoolie.
Sorry. I just thought that was funny. Go ahead.
But on lighting, there are little they have little lights now that actually go on your phone that kind of like what I'm doing here with mine to brighten the ring up, but it's just a little circular light. I want to say I had it up here somewhere. The next time I come on, I'll show it to you guys. And it's a little doohickey that I think you can get at the $5 store, Five Below or something for your light. It's really inexpensive. And that'll help you with lighting. any kind of, if you're outdoors, if you can face the sky as much as humanly possible. I mean, so if the sun is behind you, you're going to have a halo effect. So you want the sun kind of in front of you somewhere, so you get that natural,
Okay.
God's light on you, and that's always good. The best time to really get a good capture for a home would be like right now, that sunset, bright light, or in the morning if you're facing obviously east coming in. It's very pretty light to videotape yourself on a you're talking about, especially if you had a southern home, you're at a beach somewhere. Do it at sunset or sunrise, depending on where you have to really scout it out the day beforehand to make sure where the sun's rising. But do a couple minute video, and people can then get the essence of what that house or condo is like, to say, hey, this is awesome. I want to sit on that porch, just like Lori's doing now, and do your video that way. Mm-hmm.
Great tip.
I have Deborah. She's about to come on, but Dorothy asked, and Dorothy, I want you're next. You follow Deborah. Dorothy asked, how do you not get the ring light to reflect in your glasses? Which is
right, and that's it's one of those things. I think it's going to reflect a little bit. Obviously, I'm not wearing glasses right now. I think people can see it if I'm really close. You can probably see it in my pupils, and I think people are okay with that. What you can do is back away from it or dim it a little bit, and just give yourself a little bit of light, and play with the temperature enough. I mean, you don't want to cook, fry yourself, but enough to where it gives you a nice, daylight, but not too much. And then that should take care of the glare. There's also anti-glare glasses if you want. If you were just like on anything, people wear on television anti-glare glasses. So they use those if they can.
which I think we've got those, but that anti-glare rubs off. I'm going to bring the gorgeous and amazing Deborah Andrews. She's laughing at me.
Hey, Deborah.
Not yet. There you go.
Hey everybody, how are you? Hey, well, thank you for that nice introduction. I didn't even plan to come on, so hey. But I did my little short video and I wanted some feedback. I'm not shy to talk. I just don't know if what's the right word? If the color was good, I didn't use a ring light. That was just strictly off my iPhone. And I move a lot. And I noticed that when I watched it, I'm rocking in my chair and all kind of other stuff. But that's just how I sit still and talk, which isn't really still.
Yeah, that's how you naturally are. I use my hands a lot, and so I think that's the way you talk, and that makes you more authentic and less stiff. The only thing I really noticed was I don't know how you had the camera balanced. I would have tilted it down a little bit, either not shot down at you, but just have less headroom. And that would have been, because you're at the bottom of the screen. I would like you have been a little bit more centered up a little bit, or top third of your head's near the top of the screen. So just practice on that. I noticed also you didn't know where to look. So, depending on which phone you're using, sometimes iPhone 8, you had to look directly at the camera, or sometimes now with the 11, I think they're taking I don't know how they're doing the technology, but you can look directly in the center and it looks like you're looking at the person. So either look at the camera directly or look just dead center and just kind of stay focused on that. And to picture there's a person in the middle of your screen and you're just talking to that person.
Okay. Yeah, I have a 3-foot tripod and I have an Osmo 3 stabilizer that I had it on. So it was really too high. That's really what I thought. My phone was positioned too high. And because I couldn't really I couldn't stabilize the stabilizer without the tripod, and the tripod was that tall.
Gotcha. So so the tripod has an adapter again with a clamp you can get on Amazon. Just it's like an iPhone clamp. You can do that, or one of those claw feet things, and just use a
Yeah.
tripod if it's just or a light ring or whatever, and then just
Right.
clamp it on there and claw grip it, and then just kind of stabilize it that way. But you want to be kind of eye level, kind of like where I'm at. I mean, if I
Right.
slouch down, it's too low. I mean, to be honest, I should be sitting probably right here, but that's pretty close to me, so I'm backing off a little bit, and you can see a little bit more of my background. So it's whatever you want to picture and show in your house.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good. Yeah. So yeah, I thought it was a little high, but I didn't have another way to make that work at the
I mean,
time.
that's just a little that's just a little
Yeah.
tweak. No, nothing to it. I did like the way you were talking. You were very calm. Did you do it in the morning time? Was that a morning
It
time?
was a morning time video.
Yeah, I could tell you were a little just kind of, hey, I'm getting my day started, and that's good. That's a good energy. And
Yeah.
then, if you're showing a house, you get a little bit more energy, and
Oh yeah.
at the end of the day, then you're, kind of winding down or whatever the case may be. So I think the way your personality sounds, it kind of jives with what time of day you're doing.
Right. Now I do pick of the week home tour videos every week. And that's why I got the Osmo 3, thinking I was going to do these awesome videos. It's going to be so
Right.
much fun, right? Well, it's a little bit more complicated than that. But I really like doing home tour videos, and I want
Gotcha.
to, well, some of you have probably seen those, but anyway, I want to just expand that to be more detailed and bring more value, what I think would be valuable, even if just talking about, well, what's the tile compared to other types of tile, or just something specific in that home that I
Right.
can highlight better than I do. And I feel like that's one area of growth for sure that I could grow in.
And I think that's a really good point.
Mhm.
I catch myself doing the same thing, like talking about everything, and then you really talk
Mhm.
about nothing.
Right.
So pick the feature. Like if you were doing a description of the house and you wanted a really nice description, you would talk about the bedrooms, but you wouldn't talk about every little bedroom. You'd say there's complimentary, well-sized, extra bedrooms that for kids or whatever. But you would talk about the master ensuite, or you would talk about the chef's kitchen, or the hanging out in the patio, or whatever the case may be. Just focus on one thing and make that the selling point. And again, like I was telling Karen, then you tease them with that one thing, and then you bring them in for the rest. So how long do your videos go for your home tours? I'm kind
Oh,
of
six
interested.
6 to 7 minutes.
Yeah, and do a longer feature, but then shorten it up for the teaser one.
Yeah, because so what I wind up doing, just so you know, is primarily new construction homes or my own
Okay,
listings, and I do
nice.
that because there's always a new construction house easy to find, right? And they're
Right.
usually clean, beautiful, pretty, and pristine, which
Sure.
is good. But I also do it live. I don't pre-record them,
Okay.
and that's intentional because I like the feedback of the people who chime in when I'm live.
Right.
Versus a recording feels really weird to me, just walking through an empty house and recording the house and I'm the only one talking, so
Sure.
um so I'm trying to wade between going live and or actually pre-recording and just doing something a little bit more in depth.
So how about this? Little I'm just thinking off the top of my head. Do the short version pre-recorded to
Mm-hmm.
tease that you're going to go live later on that day or that next week or whenever you're going to come back to that house.
Right.
And then you can ask questions, say, hey, give me the feedback. I'm going to go check out 132 Main Street on Thursday. Ask me the questions then, and then I'm going to go live and then you go live at that time. So people tune in and you
Right.
remind them or whatever the case may be, and then see if you get some more audience engagement that way.
Yeah, because that's the
Does that
other
make
people.
sense?
I have a select audience that chimes in every day. They wave, I wave. I'll say, "Hey, John, thanks for watching." And I think they like that piece of it. I do anyway. But I
Sure.
don't really get any feedback other than that. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't get any questions after. So I've got to figure out something to get more conversation.
Right. So, I was looking at a guy. He was doing one on another group I'm in, or whatever the case may be, paperless agent group. but he did, and we all can't get away with it. He was doing pocket listings and off market stuff, and guess the price of this house or whatever, or guess when this house is gonna sell for and what price it will sell for, and he got engagement that way. So, without maybe teasing too much, I'm here a new construction 4-bedroom 3-bath in Anniston, Alabama. Built by whatever in this
Right.
part of town. How much do you think this house is worth? And then see if they can get some engagement that way. Again, pre-record that first part. Say, hey, I'm going to ask you. I'm going to give you a teaser. The closest one to the price, gets a prize. And then you can actually slow play it like he did. I mean, because he was asking them what it would list for, what it would sell for, when the closing date was, so you can engage them for a longer period of time when they started asking about it. And then you don't have to give them a prize until you actually get it under contract and you get a number for it. So that was a little game that he was trying to get an engagement with his audience. And so that might be something fun to do, or ask, what do you love about this house? And then see if you can pick out one or two things, all of us are doing
ideas.
these. Yeah. All these, we all see these Corona games. I mean, I looked at this duck thing the other day, how many ducks there were. Maybe you could hide something in the background, like you're walking around. Where was, I don't know,
what room
the EXIT logo
something?
or whatever you did. I mean, and kind of find that. So.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank
The
you.
You got
Lorries
it, Deborah.
will find it. The Janice
Well, yes.
won't.
Well, maybe.
All right.
So
This
anyway.
has been great. Thanks for letting me get on.
Thanks, Deborah.
All right.
Oh, thank you. Deborah, tomorrow night you have something going on at 6 p.m.
Yeah, I have tomorrow nights are going to be our cybersecurity webinar. It's only going to last about 20 minutes. Can I share it with the group? Can I send you my flyer? Some great
Yeah, please
information.
do. That'd be awesome.
I want to ask.
I'll get it to Jenna. All right, thanks.
No, just put it in the group, or
just put it in
if
the
you
group.
can't,
I'll put it in the
come
group.
to me.
Gotcha.
And how are you doing that?
The company's actually doing it. I'm kind of just sponsoring. I don't do cybersecurity.
I gotcha. I didn't know
just keeping
in
my
what
folks
way
engaged,
you were doing it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I miss you. And
miss you too.
Deborah, Lori, and I did a class, a course together, very intense KW course last fall. So, it was good to see you. And when this is over, we're going to have coffee at Starbucks. My treat.
Okay, I'm in. Thanks. All right, I'm signing
All right,
off.
my darling.
Joining us, Deborah.
Thank you, Lori. Bye-bye.
Did you hear Lori? Did you hear Lori? Good.
I'm gonna try to figure out how to get off unless you can kick me out. Well, no, I think I know how. Hold on.
I'll kick you out. No, I can't. Let me get Lord, Dorothy, you're next, love.
Dorothy.
Okay.
Coming on.
Oh, you're still on, love. I can't get you off.
Can you click the X in the upper right-hand corner?
It's all bunched up because, well, shoot a monkey. Y'all talk, Lori?
Yes, love.
Talk.
We'll talk amongst ourselves while she tries to figure that out. So
Dorothy wants to come on, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Does she have the link?
She's ready.
Okay. Awesome.
There we go.
Right there.
Okay, everybody's hidden now. There we go. Dorothy, come back on. Okay, how are we doing? There we go. We're back. I don't know what that was about.
Yes.
Hello.
Go, here we
Hey,
go.
Dorothy, how you doing?
That's good lighting.
Lori's on top.
Some natural coming in that window.
Oh, we
Cheers,
lost
girl.
Tony. Tony, come back.
I can't hear you,
Yeah.
Anna.
Can you hear me now?
Jana
I can
Meg
hear-
put me on the spot.
Technology.
I can hear you, Lori.
Technology is a booger.
And I
Okay.
can hear Tony.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
If you give me
Will y'all
maybe
Dorothy, tell Dorothy it doesn't matter that she can't hear me.
she can hear you.
Just
I can hear Tony and Lori.
All right, that's fine. It doesn't matter. Jana says it doesn't matter. It doesn't. We don't need to hear Jana. She talks too much anyway, so
I can read her lips. No.
that's fine. So what you got? What you got going on, Dorothy?
Oh, I tell you, we are blessed in Birmingham. We are busy. We are got closings happening and the listings happening, and so our business unusual is very exciting. Actually, we're trying to help people and keep this essential business open and running and happening. But I appreciate you, Tony. Appreciate you so much for doing this.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for everything. I liked your video about how our what EXIT stands for. That we are not just a numbers company, that we actually pour into our agents and help them grow, and we really just kind of love on them and to get the best out of them. So I appreciate that.
Thank you. It was my first attempt, and I appreciate you looking at it. My first attempt using a teleprompter.
Okay, you did?
I did. I had the script, and it was rolling through, and I was practicing with it. So any feedback you can have with working with that teleprompter, sometimes we don't know what to say. So if you redo that script, then it gives you an idea.
Yeah, and so sometimes you just, again, depending on how fast you talk, you want to, if you can make it go slower or faster, you just want to talk at a natural pace. Look at the center of the screen, so don't follow the words up because it makes you look shifty. Look in the center, and you kind of know. I mean, so when I use scripts, or when anybody in television uses scripts, they already they've read it. I mean, a cold read, some of it's cold. I mean, you read it cold, and you can tell when it's cold a lot. But they know that script. They've read it over a couple of different times. And then the teleprompter is just a reaffirmation of what they're going to read and what they already know. So just kind of take it from that grain. Look, I'm going to read this over. I know the material, and I'm just going to regurgitate what it's on there and make it more conversational. Any script you want to make conversational, you don't want to read it like a textbook, like I said last week. 5 seconds per sentence, and just real conversational, the way you would say it naturally would be the best. Even if you're using a script, nowadays with YouTube, you can chop everything up. So don't be afraid if you make a mistake, keep rolling on and just edit it together, whether it's with a flash on iMovie or whether it's, some video on top of you talking to an agent or whatever, a B-roll to cover that up. You can make it whatever. I mean, I think more people nowadays are, especially these younger people, are just going and then they just chop them together, and the people don't care. So I'm like, all right, yeah.
Good suggestion. That's a good suggestion. Because I'm not
That
going
way
to
you don't beat
any takes that took.
Well, and that way you don't beat yourself up about it. We all want to be perfectionists, but at the end of the day, you're just trying to convey a message. So if you can convey that message in a clear, concise manner, I think the rest is, just sizzle and glitz.
I was really practicing or trying to get over the ums and ands, and I thought, well, if I write the script and have it on the teleprompter and let it roll past me, I won't see an or an and. So maybe I'll get away from saying those. But just
that's natural, and it should help you a little bit more to take a pause, and then again, you can always edit it together to make it to make it shorter. But yeah, that the teleprompter will keep you on target and your train of thought, focused.
I think it would come in handy too when agents are getting to specifics, whether it's square footage or, all of the minutia of the listing they're going to talk about or something like
Right.
that if they put it up there. But it was a great experience for me to practice with it so I can hopefully help the agents at
There
home.
you go. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Good
thank
to-
you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
It was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
Mhm.
you can't hear me.
You've given us a lot of
She said
really
it was
good
awesome. She loved it.
Thank you. Floating hearts.
So what are you challenging your agents to do more videos? And how are you prompting them? Because I mean, obviously mine know that I'm on television and, whether they're intimidated because I can do it, fairly easily or whatever the case may be. They don't want to do it. Even though they're very photogenic, and I'm telling you, it's like I can sell some houses if you guys would just let me, videotape you guys selling the house, and then it'd be all good.
We've done it through the one person at a time thing. So we got Jana on board, and so Jana's all on board with the videos, and then we've got Lori on board. And so now what we do is we just like hammer them from all sides. Make a video, make a
It's
video.
a drip campaign.
Yeah, the drip campaign or Chinese torture, whichever
There
way
you go.
look at it. But we just encourage them. And what we found, Tony, was that when we were talking to agents, it wasn't the aversion to making the video as much as they didn't know what content to cover. So when you say, oh, go out there and make a buyer's presentation, or go out there and do a virtual open house. And so we broke it down a little bit for them and did some examples for them. So
Nice.
Jana did a great example on a virtual open house tour. Lori went out there and showed them how to go in and just do, like you said, a teaser, show them, hey, this is what's coming on. And so just showing them different ways of content and different things that they can cover and do. But
It's a good idea.
a lot of fun with it. We've been having
Good. Well,
Lori,
I mean, even the outtakes would be fun to put together at the end of the year and ask them, hey, don't delete any of that stuff. Send them to me, and then we'll have it at our award show. Would be kind of funny, because I mess up. I mess up all the time too. Still,
Yeah,
so
our admin Megan is like, please send me all of your bloopers. So
there you go. I love it.
she's
I'm
got
still
so
waiting
many
for
award
ways.
shows
video
good.
from our own men.
Exactly.
I
But
love it.
we appreciate your heart, and your heart is of Exit, and you share what we know, and that's what we love about Exit is everybody just shares what they know, and we know there's enough business out there for all of us, and so we just
That's right.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dorothy.
Thank you.
Ask Dorothy before she goes about I am an essential service office video.
So we had an inspiration. Exit put a I Believe video out. Tony, I don't know if you remember seeing that. It's for everybody in your office does I Believe, or some sort of a statement, and then Jana took the lead and said, why don't we do something that we can use for the office and what we're experiencing right now, and put something together that says I am an essential service.
Right.
Do a little pause and then introduce yourself. And so she's working, I think you're working with Treywick on that, aren't you, Jana? And they're going to put together a whole thing for an office of we are all these essential service, and then do a showcase for the office. It's going to be awesome.
Nice. And not just realtors, industry people, AC people, plumbing people. Is that what you're talking about? Or
This specifically was for the office.
okay.
Jana has gone out, and when we're talking about things that we can do as essential service and how to keep our name out there and how to keep your business, our saying is get up, get dressed, and get going. So
Right.
we meet every morning 8:00 and have a purpose to meet and get our day rocking and rolling. And then what we're saying is go out there and interview someone who's actually doing curbside service. Or Jana went and did, there was a vendor or a business that was here that was giving away sanitizer. Oh my
Nice.
God. Yeah, so she went and did that, and then promoted it through the open houses, etc. And just
Nice.
exactly. So just going through and showcasing like you just said, Tony, showcasing all the essential services. And there's so many good ideas out here. You can go and interview nurses, doctors, teachers, and there's so many good things. And even as they open up the state, we know everyone's just going to be, peeking from behind the doors a little bit. They're just like, I'm not ready to go out there yet, or whatever.
Right.
I
Well,
think it feels good.
and this is kind of off topic, but I've noticed there's two types. I mean, like I know we have our disc profile or whatnot, and maybe there's more than two types, but I've seen the folks that are going in and not being careless, I guess, but just not letting fear take them. They're still being practical and tactical about it, but they're moving forward. And then I've got some friends, some of them I went to high school in Los Angeles, and they're just hunkered. I'm like, and he's like, "You're a guinea pig. You're going to be our guinea pig." I'm like, "All right, I'll be your guinea pig. I'll tell you how life's out." I mean, yeah. I mean, the sun's shining. It's beautiful outside, and I'm just going to do what I do. But yeah, I've noticed there's the personality differences of people, like you said, peeking behind, and hopefully we will all get good encouragement news coming out in the next month or two, so we can kind of ease on back into life.
And thank you, Jana. This is exactly, I think the focus of this is it keeps encouraging all of us as real estate agents that, ideas and how to just build each other up and keep our industry built up. So I
Absolutely.
appreciate you and you
her leadership in that.
Thank you, Dory. Thank you, Dory.
Thanks so much. Appreciate you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
All right.
you. Something I would like to see for our office and any other office, no matter where you are in the world, is to do a monthly video with all the agents. Like next month, I want to do the Believe that Dorothy was talking about. Like right now, while it's still available, we can say we're essential. So
that's good. Well, we're going to be essential no matter what. I mean, when this gets back to quote unquote normal, we'll still be, that trusted advisor for people that, for a long, long time. The trusted advisor that's going to help them if they hadn't paid their mortgage in a couple of years or a couple of months because they couldn't. How are they going to get out of that? Are they going to do a short sale? Can we get them to a lender that will get them a refi or whatever the case may be? So we'll be there through thick and thin. We did a video. Our office did a video, and I'll put it on the link in the group. Basically saying that, everyone had a line, everyone did something, and then we made it about 45 to 50 seconds, saying we're here for you, and we're not going away. So if you need anything, don't be afraid to call us. Any questions asked, we will help you through this because we're here. We're all in this together. So I'll share that to the group when I get off.
thank you. Larry Gardner or anyone else who's made a video and posted it, can y'all hop on? We'd love to thank you and answer any of your questions. One question I didn't prepare you for, Tony, was okay, I'm an agent, never done video.
Okay.
What do I need to get started? And we may have touched this a bit last week, but
no, and it's a good refresher. So basically, again, you want a simple camera that takes, that has a good pixel rate, iPhone 7 or 8, even that, audio recording if you're going to do it close, and then have start with a small script to say, what is your value proposition? Why do you stand out from the other agents in the market? Do you focus on, ranch and homes? Do you focus on first time buyers? What is your unique value proposition? What mine is, and I did the video, is, it's a generic one, but, I take the stress out of buying real estate. We all say that, but how do you do that? Well, I give everyone I know a guided plan from first meeting to after move-in, and everything in between. So you've made a right decision, and you've made a good friend in a trusted advisor in me. So that's what I try to tell everyone. What is your unique value proposition? Can you say it in 30 seconds to a minute? And then just do that as the video. If you want to do some walking and talking, get your husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, brother, sister to interact with another agent in the office, asking questions or sitting there. And so you could have some video of you working, then all the better. But if you just did a basic video looking right into the camera for 30 to 30 seconds to a minute of why you are a good, trusted advisor as a realtor, that's the first video you should do.
Awesome. Katrina Mumford did a video. I'd like to invite her up here. I just sent you the link, Katrina, if you could join us. Her video was the office video. I don't know what's going on with technology. But come on, Katrina, hurry up because we're about to wrap up. Lori,
Yeah, it's dinner time for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Joe, where's dinner? Sorry. Do you have any questions, Lori?
I don't have any questions. I just have to say how excited I am that we're all working on our skill during this time, because I feel like the floodgates are going to be opening up pretty soon.
Yeah, and survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And another short video that you could probably do if you had some friends, or if all of us have friends, but is either you can use BombBomb or just text them a video saying, "Hey, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Just wanted to pop by, say hi." Send it to them in a video text, 10 to 15 seconds, and then get out, especially if they're a nurse. And I'm actually going to do this to some of my nursing friends tomorrow, is to tell them thank you for being out there and being a champion and protecting all of us while this pandemic is going on.
Yes, absolutely. Tony, you're awesome. Tony is now an admin to this group, correct?
Yes, I think I am.
Not to put you on the spot. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you guys. I mean, I didn't have a choice. You just made me one. But I can't trade these iPhones in. I mean, most they won't give me $100 for them, so I just keep them, and they're great video tools you can use if you don't want to use your main phone. These still take good quality videos, and so I would keep all of these around, whether they're Android or iPhones, to use as either multiple camera situation or just to use as your main video. So just don't throw away your old cameras.
Unless they get run over at a busy intersection
unless
mine.
they get crushed by something. But I had a great time. I'll hopefully listen to what you guys have to say next week. And if anybody has any questions, you can always call me if they watch this on the replay, 601-212-5955, or just reach out to me. If you're an EXIT agent, I think it's Bahou. If you text that to 85377, or just email me at the office, Tony@exitnewdoorrealty.com. I'm always available to answer any questions to the best of my ability. So if I can answer it, I'll find out about it.
You're awesome. I'm so grateful to meet you, and I did that through EXIT.
You're welcome.
Week, I'm excited to announce that Medea.
Whoa!
Lori Paul will be interviewing Medea.
No, anime.
So y'all come and enjoy happy hour, and thank you all for joining us tonight. Tony, you are just such a blessing to us all, and I really
appreciate that.
You. And that Emmy I keep looking at, it's quite impressive. So that's awesome.
Well, I appreciate you guys. have a great rest of the week. Stay safe and stay blessed. Okay.
Enjoy.
Yeah, everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and stay home if you can. But if not, make a video.
There you go. Bye.
Wow.
Bye, y'all. Now it's just me. I always do this.